And from the lower fall bridge, fill the shower of a lifetime. Y'all ready to get wet?
So does anybody have any ideas where these big boulders came from?
Plate tectonic.
The top of the
water.
Right, they came from the top. Yeah.
Fish.
Oh, look what you did.
So over time, everyone, this type of rock, which is called granite, begins to exfoliate, or means to peel off. And so once it starts peeling off over time, these big old boulders start falling down. And so that's why we have a lot of these boulders in the valley. You're going to find in the valley, but all water has the potential to have a bacteria called Giardia, and that makes us really sick. So you always want to pump the water or clean it by boiling it or iodine tablets before you drink it.
Yeah, my mom said they drink enough water when they went to so they had to clean it.
Right. How'd they clean it?
Can I give you my camera?
Just put it right there.
Your feet. Cheers.
Jerry, don't straddle behind.
So what's going on is the granite is forming in these magma pits underground. These magma pits are cooling down over millions of years. And so as time goes by, weathering, have you all heard of weathering before?
Yeah.
It starts to erode this top stuff, and so this slowly goes down and the granite's coming up. And so that's called uplift. And finally, this granite, the stuff that was forming underground, starts to come up like this. And because we're in a valley, there was glaciation. Does anybody know what glaciation is?
Water.
Okay, when water does what?
Freezes over.
Freezes over, right. And so there used to be huge chunks of ice, and you could only see the very tops of these granite peaks. So glaciers came through this whole valley and polished all this granite and made it so abrupt, kind of like a V that we're in right now. And so that's how waterfalls like this occurred, is that there used to just be a stream that was on the earth, but as the granite came up here, created that waterfall. Whoa. So I would like to keep going on our adventures. Does that sound like fun?
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool.
You've seen like pictures or maybe seen icebergs in oceans, icebergs with polar bears on top. Well, this is actually the tip of an iceberg. This is the tip of what they call a tectonic plate. And yeah, you know that stuff, right? So we're trying to get this into your heart here. Think about it. This rock is actually, if you touch this rock right now, you're touching China. Cool. Some people call this rock, you guys pay attention, they call this the third rock. From that, yeah, that star. That's right, this is actually that third rock they talk about. So this rock, guys, pay attention here. So I'll just fast. If you go down the bottom of this iceberg, this tectonic plate, now if you were in my class, I might have talked about this a little bit. This is floating. If there was a big pool of lava and you threw a rock in it, it would float like an ice cube floats in water. Look, it would melt slowly like an ice cube. Ice cube would melt too. It's going to melt slowly, but it's going to float for a long time. We're actually standing on a big rock, a big tectonic plate, floating on an ocean of magma. This is only 25 miles to the bottom. 25 miles below this, it's lava, it's magma, you know? And it's kind of like if we were standing on a 2-inch sheet of ice right here, and we're all standing in a circle on a 2-inch sheet of ice, and I took a big boulder like this and I smashed it, it would break through and splash, right? Well, this 25-mile thick sheet of cold rock, the only reason it's cold is because outer space is minus 300 degrees.
So that came from the sky?
No, we are in the sky. So what I'm saying is, like for example, guys, so if a rock would fall from outer space that was big enough, it would splash through like a sheet of ice, and the magma would splash out. The Earth, we think of the Earth like as dirt and rock and oceans, but actually, it's kind of like if you have a basketball in your hand, but it's made of stone. made of stone, and the inside's full of magma, like full of lava. And that's why it stays warm in your hands. The only reason this place is warm is not the sun. The sun helps. It gives us energy, for your brains are using energy from outer space now from the food you eat. Electricity in your brain cells is actually from food you ate this morning, which comes from the sun. So you're using fusion reactor to think about this. But like if you would scoop up, don't do this at home for real though. You scoop up like a handful of lava. This is my favorite example. And you look at that lava, it's like hot, really bright and gooey and red. And if you dipped it in cold water, it'd get hard on the outside, right? Mm-hmm. But if you broke it open, oh, it's still hot inside. That's what we're standing on. And the cold water, like I said before, is outer space. Outer space is minus 300. And so this glob of lava, we're actually flying through space, not just around the sun, but the sun is flying through space too. The whole Milky Way galaxy is spinning and flying through space. Who knows how many thousands or millions or trillions of miles? No, I don't know. How many? Really fast.
Can you take a guess?
Okay, you know what? I bet you could tell me how many stars are in our solar system.
No, I can't.
Who can? Raise your hand.
It'll take us 12 years to get
yes,
to.
one. That's right there. Behind the tree. In our solar system, not galaxy. In our solar system. Yeah, there's one. In our galaxy, you can't count them. So hopefully you went to the astronomy class and you got inspired like that. So we're trying to get this head knowledge, the stuff you know from growing up in school, into your heart where you can feel that you are standing on a glob of lava or magma flying through space at high speed. And it's only crusty and hard right now because this cold you're feeling is not of the, this is cool. This coldness you feel in your hands right now, this is not of the earth. The cold you feel is from outer space. It's from out there. This is a ball of lava. This is a ball of magma. Coldness is not of the earth. Coldness is coming from space. The heat is leaving. It's coming up through the earth and keeping the oceans from freezing. You know, the ocean is like a bowl of stone, a 25-mile thick bowl of stone, floating on a glob of lava in space. Move in a little bit. And that's why I get that salty puddle. Yeah, that salty thing is not frozen. It's because of the magma underneath. And the sun shines on it, like when you learn in your ecology, and it causes that, you know, water cycle to happen. So, please be engaged, inspired, pay attention to your naturals and your advisors, because we only have a few hours here to give you that feeling in your heart that's going to make you think when you get back home next week, it's probably going to hit you. You're going to go like, you know what, there are other possibilities in my life that I didn't see before. And so we're not here really teaching you about what it is to be a naturalist or learning what it is to love trees. No, we're teaching you to be inspired in your heart to go home and think, yeah, there are possibilities I didn't dream about. Okay, so that's what we're here to do. Please do it with us. Okay, Pine Cabin.